Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. We are meeting again. If you remember, we had discussed paragraph writing part 1 last time, and I had discussed with you the introduction, definitions of paragraphs with special reference to the most important ingredient of paragraph writing, that is topic sentence. And also I had discussed the coherence part, that all the sentences related with the topic sentence must explain, refer to or exemplify all related with the topic sentence. Today we would discuss different types of paragraph writing in detail with the different definitions and of course with their examples. So, this would definitely clarify the difference between various types of paragraph writing. So, we begin inshallah for today. The objective as you can see for today's lecture or presentation would be that after following and studying in detail this explanation with examples, you may be able to understand and distinguish among different types of paragraphs, and then of course try and write in your own expressions all these paragraphs. Now, these are the various types, as you can see: narration, description, exposition, persuasion, definition and classification. There are others, but for your consumption I have selected a few and then I will discuss about each one of them with, as I said, examples. This chart would explain to you all these different types of paragraphs on one page, but now I will discuss separately. First is narration or narrative paragraphs. What are narrative paragraphs? These paragraphs tell a story or an event. Whenever you tell a story or tell certain incident, so you are narrating. It could be an account of one's life, natural phenomena or social events. The story or events must be arranged in chronological order. Chronological is historical, one after the other, time order, that is in the order as they have happened. A narrative paragraph must have a central idea, characters, adequate description and of course setting. Whenever you read a story by any writer or you write yourself, the narration or narrative paragraph, so you have to include when and where the story takes place. A good narrative paragraph requires background information, the summary of the story or event and of course a proper conclusion. The examples, how we can explain with example the narrative paragraph. As I said, it is like a story. I stepped off the porch into the warm summer air. The old oak tree's leaves rustled softly. Closing my eyes, I breathed in fresh cut grass and distant salt water. Memories flooded back, chasing fireflies on long summer nights, laughter echoing through darkness. Time stood still. Now, the second type of paragraph is description or descriptive paragraph. Descriptive paragraphs, as we discussed last time, they have the ability to take something and make it real for the reader. They are a detail rich accounts if related to a specific topic. They use the 5 senses of sight, smell, touch, hear and taste so beautifully describe a scenario in an event in detail. So, when you present even a minute detail, for example, of a person, of a place or an object, the purpose is to create a proper image in the mind of the reader or the listener. For example, this selected para. On one corner of my dresser sits a smiling toy clown on a tiny unicycle, a gift I received last Christmas from a close friend. The clown's short yellow hair made of yarn covers its ears, but it's parted above the eyes. The blue eyes are outlined in black with thin dark lashes flowing from the brows. It has cherry red cheeks, nose and lips, and its broad grin disappears into the wide white ruffle around its neck. The clown wears a fluffy two-tone nylon costume. So, when you read this description, you may make an image or a picture in your mind that how my clown looks like. Next type is exposition. It relates with science or philosophy when it explains and analyzes things. Expository paragraphs explain and analyze a topic, giving you information and explanation, facts or an illustration. Expository comes from the word expose, meaning to reveal, to introduce. The most common method for developing an expository paragraph is by using specific details and examples. To explain this expository paragraph, I have made this graph. You can see that there is thesis as the foundation of this house, and then introductory sentences, then of course the body, main structure of the paragraph, and the top roof is the conclusion. You might also call it the climax. The example for expository paragraph is mosquitoes are insects that are disliked by many because they are annoying when one is outside. Their bites itch and they carry diseases like the West Nile virus, besides of course malaria. Next type of paragraph writing is persuasive paragraph. Noun is persuasion. As the word goes, you may understand this type of paragraph is written with the aim of convincing the readers to change their opinion on the topic being discussed. Persuasive paragraphs are typically structured around a central point supported by factual evidence and logical arguments. As a result, persuasive texts are described as a non-fiction as well. Our family needs a dog for the following reasons: protection, entertainment, and to teach responsibility and of course loyalty. Having a dog will ensure that our home is better protected because a dog can bark or fight off intruders and will set us all at ease knowing that the dog has a protective instinct for those it is loyal to. Most importantly, a dog will teach us responsibility. Being in charge of taking care of an animal will teach us all many life lessons that will benefit us as we grow older. Our family needs a dog so that we can be better protected, for a great source of entertainment, and to teach us all lessons, especially responsibility. Next is process analysis, another type of paragraph writing. A process analysis paragraph explains how to do something, as the word suggests, how something works, or both. It opens with a discussion of a process and a thesis statement which states the outcome of the process. Process analysis also typically follows a chronological order, historical facts as they happen, one after the other. It is a paragraph that shows how something works or how something is done, presenting the steps of the process in a sequential order. If you remember, last time I discussed transitional words, especially for process writing, where you use firstly, secondly, then, at last. You can see the example. To brew the perfect cup of coffee, start by measuring 1 tablespoon of freshly ground beans for every 6 ounces of water. Next, place the grounds in a clean filter and pour fresh water over them. Allow the mixture to brew for 3 to 5 minutes, then remove the filter. Finally, add your desired sweeteners or creamers and enjoy a rich and satisfying cup. Next is definitive or paragraph with definition. Definition paragraphs move beyond a dictionary definition to deeply examine a word or concept as well actually use and understand it. It clarifies and signifies a meaning and sets the foundation of an argument. The example for this: resilience is more than just bouncing back from adversity. It's the capacity to absorb, adapt, and grow from challenging situations through emotional regulation, cognitive reappraisal, and social support. This dynamic process enables individuals to navigate uncertainty, redefine their purpose, and emerge stronger and more resourceful. Next type is classification. If you are science students, so you have been classifying different groups. It goes like this: classification takes one large concept and divides it into individual pieces. A nice result from this type of writing is that it helps the reader to understand a complex topic by focusing on its smaller parts. This is particularly useful when an author has a unique way of dividing to provide new insight into the ways it could be viewed. From this graph you can understand, and the example: restaurants fall into 3 categories: fine dining, casual dining, and fast food, the craze today. Fine dining offers upscale ambience and gourmet cuisine like steak houses and seafood, etc. Casual dining provides a relaxed atmosphere and moderate prices, where you can go, what you call family restaurant. Then fast food prioritizes convenience and affordability, and that include burger joints or pizza places. Then, of course, we have discussed how to summarize all this. There are 7 major types that we have discussed of paragraph writing. Each helps an author clarify, signify, and beautify their writings. Each paragraph writing type defines the paragraph in a unique way, helping the author explain, express, classify, or describe an event in a beautiful manner.